You're watching East Midlands Today here on the BBC, and now extortion, abduction and death threats. While Nottingham Church is fighting to try and stop two of its members being deported this week. Now, the women were detained after a clerical error when their parents made a fresh asylum claim. Tonight, one of them's told us she's terrified she'll be returned to El Salvador tomorrow. She's been speaking to our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball.
We come before you this morning and we ask you to release these precious girls.
At the People's Church in Bestwood Park, prayers for two of their own. Raina and Hector claimed asylum with their daughters, Carla and Ivania. They've spent years fighting a legal battle for the right to settle here as refugees. But now they can only speak to Ivania on the phone from her detention centre. Both women have been booked onto deportation flights this week.
I feel so anxious and so depressed and everything. I'm not sleeping well, eating like shaking all the time. My family's here. I don't want to be without them. I'm just crying all the time.
Ivania and her sister were detained at the Loughborough Immigration Reporting Centre last month because the Home Office said a fresh asylum claim citing more evidence should have been made separately from their parents' new application. And when the church helped them apply correctly, those forms got lost in the system.
There's been a clerical error. The girls have been now away almost for 3 weeks. They're scared. They're very worried. We knew that we needed to help them, and they've just become a part of our family.
The family say they fled after Ivania was abducted by a taxi driver who threatened horrific sexual violence, and that they've all received a death threat from one of El Salvador's most notorious gangs because they couldn't afford to pay hundreds of dollars a month for protection for Hector's mini market.
The gangster, they kill for all the family, but not pay the rent. The extortion is the problem. Kill all the family.
Ivania and Carla had been preparing these flowers to hand out at the church on Mother's Day. Now their own mother says she's begging for them to stay, and what's happening simply isn't fair.
Oh, Jeremy, so difficult. I mean, has there been any response from the Home Office?
Well, they don't comment on individual cases. We do understand, though, that Carla and Ivania's asylum claims will be looked at again. And, of course, the test they need to meet is showing a well-founded fear of persecution, which can include political violence, can include gender as well. And these two young women are being supported by the Nottingham East MP, Nadia Whittam, who makes the point that El Salvador has one of the world's highest rates of killings of women. So she says, look, it would be dangerous and deeply unfair to send them back there. Now, tonight there has been a small development. Ivania's removal had been scheduled for a flight tomorrow evening. I'm told her supporters have heard now that that will be deferred temporarily.
OK, no doubt you'll keep tabs on that. Jeremy, thanks very much indeed.